see Detroit, baby. We out here. You see what's going on. We activated. We ain't playing no games.
None other than one of the most hardest working DJs in the city. Somebody who creating their own imprint. You may know her from DJing or being a primary DJ for Jugg Harden.
Sure.
You may know her from working and being in the clubs or just breaking music with the Coalition DJs.
For sure.
And we got none other than DJ Cali Crazy
What's the deal, man?
on the Forum magazine.
For sure.
Yeah, long time coming, man. I definitely appreciate you for taking time out your schedule just to come kick it with us for a minute, and to stay tuned into everything that you got going on now and what you got planned on, dropping or just doing in general in the future. So we appreciate you.
Yeah,
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. Feeling great.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get right into it. Being that this your first time sitting down with us for an interview, we'd like to take it back a little bit to your early beginnings, where you from, and just show your upbringing, in Detroit.
Yeah. I'm from the west side, the best side. You feel me? The east side is the weak side. Everybody knows it. Growing up, I had both parents in my house, but you feel me? Like I just said in previous interviews, my parents was both, sick. They both disabled. My pops ended up suddenly passing back in 2014, like suddenly.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I just been managing since then. You feel me? Took a couple losses, took a couple wins.
For sure.
That just come with the game, though.
Most definitely. What area was you born in, if you may?
Well, my whole family is from Finkel, but I done really lived on 7 Mile my whole life. But I never was really outside playing on 7 Mile. Like, I was more so would be either at my grandma's house over on Finkel or one of my cousins. Or, my whole family from there, for real. Like, both sides, my daddy and my mama, they literally grew up like 3-4 blocks away from each other.
Mm.
So, yeah.
And would you describe your childhood in Detroit on Finkel or 7 Mile for that matter? Would you describe it as difficult, or was it just a regular childhood? How would you describe it?
I would describe it as different, being that I did have to deal with 2 disabled parents. So, what comes with that is you gotta kind of be more mature in certain situations.
Most
than
definitely.
you would have to, as opposed to, you feel me? If you ain't have to step into that position.
For sure.
You gotta be Captain Saver, you feel me?
For sure.
But I would describe it as a regular childhood, man. Like, growing up, if my parents was struggling, I really didn't know that. Like, you feel me? They did their best to keep the bills paid, and me not knowing, like, even if, you feel me, they didn't have enough for this or that, then I didn't know that. You feel me?
Most definitely.
Yeah, they made it happen regardless.
And do you got any siblings?
Yeah, I got 3 brothers. One passed away in 2016, but all older. You feel me?
So it seemed like at a fairly young age, even though 2014 that's still not too far from 2020. You was still a teenager, I was assuming,
I was 18
or maybe
when my pops passed.
For sure.
Just turned 18 too. Like,
right.
I was about halfway in 18. I had just graduated high school.
And your sibling passed in
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
So at a young age, you kind of dealt with some real close hits.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Mental space. How have you been able to manage to maneuver through that and kind of keep that strength that it seemed like you still exude today?
I'm gonna say I basically took any loss I took to the chin. Like, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? They ain't coming back, so you gotta kind of just deal with it. I know it's not what you would want, but it's always gonna be a new normal. Like, if you lose somebody that close to you, because I lost the closest brother to me. Like, in reality, I love all my siblings, but he was the one who kind of, like, when my pops passed, he made sure I was up at school. He was helping me move in. He was putting together my, the chairs, the one of these office chairs for my dorm.
Yeah.
He made sure I was straight. So kind of losing him right after losing, like a year and a half, literally after losing my pops, it was kind of like,
So you was in college during this time?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
What college did you attend?
Western Michigan University out in Kalamazoo.
You was hooping? Because I see
No,
them
I ain't hoop for
clips.
Western.
I seen them clips though. You
this
was
close.
hard.
They wanted me to, but I was so into DJing, and I was booked from Wednesday to Sunday because Wednesday was the college night up at the clubs up there. So I would be booked from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I couldn't see myself, you feel me, sacrificing what I had going on already to kind of put it down and pick up the basketball again.
Most definitely.
Yeah. It just, the schedule-wise, it wouldn't have made sense because the girls up there, more power and respect to them. Right. They was getting up at 5 a.m.
Right, you talking about dedication for real, huh?
Yeah, it would be me sacrificing me DJing and like really getting on for real because that's basically where I started. Like I started DJing in Detroit, but I really took off at Western with my guy Stick and DJ Chuck.
And what exactly year would you say was that pivotal year for you as a DJ on campus where you really began to get momentum?
2015, 2016, for real. Like I remember my brother passed, and maybe a week or so later, after the funeral, I had to go back to school. Like I was still in college, but he passed during Christmas Eve, so I was on a break, like a school break. But once the funeral came, and a week later, school started back up.
Right.
It was a spring semester. It was the next semester, so I kind of had to, you feel me?
Most definitely.
Get back into that swing, you know what I'm saying?
Where would you say that your love for DJing, because you know, with music, when a person falls in love with music, usually they want to be a singer or artist.
Yeah.
What made you say, hey, I'm going to take the DJ route as opposed to taking the artist route?
I ain't gonna lie. I tried to be a rapper when I was like 16, but I mean, people in my school was messing with it or whatever, but it ain't really go nowhere.
Right.
I took all that off the internet.
What was your rap name? Look.
Cali Smooth. I dropped the Smooth, man, you feel me?
For sure.
Yeah, but I did try to be an artist back then, but obviously I didn't really take it serious because I was in high school still, in all the sports and stuff. I didn't really have time to take it serious, or I didn't make time at least. So, you know what I'm saying? When I became a DJ, it came fast, like, cause I went from just being a regular student to DJing in the dorms, but on some like chill, you know what I'm saying? Like a couple people in my room, and I'm just practicing. I'm not really like doing a party or nothing like that. Somebody had ended up walking past my dorm room when I was DJing with my mans that was up there. We was just practicing, and they was like, "We looking for a DJ. You DJ?" And I'm like, I mean, yes, but no, but yes, I guess.
Right.
But from there, they ended up asking me to do like the biggest fashion show on campus. So from there, it kind of butterflied from a caterpillar to like something totally out of my control. You know what I'm saying? From there, I got on different events. It was a domino effect. You feel me? So from there, it was like they was giving me business cards trying to book me just from doing that one fashion show. And I got that based on just me messing around with the turntables in the dorm.
And I was gonna ask you, like before that moment, like how was you prepared for that? Like how was you even ready to even go in on that? Did you have your equipment? Well, obviously you had your equipment and stuff already. Okay.
Honestly though, I wasn't. I just kind of just got thrown in the water, and I just figured out how to swim. For sure. Because really, I hadn't DJ'd anything that big. Like, you could count, like, controlling the music at my high school basketball games on the days that we didn't have games ourselves for the boys or something like that. But as far as the biggest fashion show, I had no idea that it would have been, like, that big. But it was really, like, big. Because the Bernhardt Center is, like, one of the centers on campus for students. I know now that they built a new student center up there, but the Bernhardt still exists. It's like the gold room, and the gold room is kind of like where they do like all the freshman orientations, where all the freshmen come in, but it's like one of the biggest like ballrooms on campus, and they had the whole gold room. So I wasn't prepared. I didn't know that it would be that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I basically rocked the show. Like,
crazy.
I did what I was supposed to do, and you feel me? From there, it kind of butterflied into something bigger than I ever imagined.
That's what's up. That's
So
what's
it's,
up. Okay, so boom. So you go crazy.
Yeah.
At the biggest fashion show on campus, you go crazy, do your thing. From that point, do you say I'm serious with it? Like, looking at the engagement, the reaction from the people, did you say, hey, I'm about to hop in this lane and I'm about to, you feel me, go for a throttle? Or did it still take a little minute? What was that moment that really made you lock in?
I ain't gonna lie. What really made me lock in, like, I started taking it serious after that, because I'm like, dang, y'all really booked me, paid me, got me signing contracts to do this big event, and I had no idea it was that big. But I guess they liked what we was doing so much in the dorms when we was just messing around on the turntables. It wasn't nothing serious. The music wasn't that loud. We just had the dorm room kind of open, and when you walk past, you could hear it. But it wasn't like nothing that I was taking serious. But what really made me take it serious is when I met Sick Music. That's my big brother to this day. Sick is a reason that I was on the radio up there. Like, Sick had went on tour with Food Boy Marley. And
shout out to Food Boy Marley.
Shout out my guy. He literally went on tour with him, and they was doing like a press run with the labels. And he had a segment. He had 2 segments actually on Friday and Saturday, but this was the only segment that was playing hip hop and R&B on this radio station. If it ain't that segment, it's probably rock and roll, country. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't a hip hop station.
Right.
You feel me? So to be put in that position from Sick, and I looked up to him. Like, I really looked up to him. Like, if you would have asked me back in 2016 who did I want to DJ like, not necessarily be like, but who
you would pattern your.
Yes, it was Sick. Sick and DJ Chuck. And from there, Sick had went on tour. He like, hey, I need you to basically cover the show, do the show for me. So me and DJ Chuck ran the show while he was on tour or press run with Food Boy, and from there it really blew up.
For sure.
From there I got to do the Kalamazoo State Theater, and that's like the Fox here. That's like their Fox Theater. And from there it really blew up even more once I was on the radio, and you know what I'm saying, they was hearing me on the radio, and all the hip hop fans out there would listen to the radio during this segment because they knew it's R&B and hip hop.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have in Kalamazoo what we have, like the hip hop R&B stations or the old school stations. They don't have that. They don't have it at all. It's no hip hop stations out there.
So that was really like an innovative type of thing, and you was blessed to be a part of that, which was like a really big deal for real.
Yeah.
You know, we may not know in Detroit, but like you said, in Kalamazoo, like it's
a whole different ball game out there for real. Like we had to basically fight for that segment too.
Most definitely.
Even being that they cut it eventually, it's still like a segment up there for hip hop or whatever, but that was like when I really started taking it serious. Cause I'm like, dang, I'm really on the radio, like the real radio,
yeah, no
like,
doubt.
It's a red light outside that say on air. Once we turn it on, like you can't come in, you can't, and it's lockdown. You gotta have an ID to get in this building. Like once I figured that out, and I can control that, and I, you know what I'm saying, grasp the concept of everything, like even learning to control the board and stuff like that. I had never been on the radio before. So once I did that, it was basically, you know what I'm saying, up from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Me and DJ Chuck, man, when Sick went on tour, he'll tell you, man, most incredible, man.
For sure. That's what's up. That's what's up. So boom, from there, what's that next plateau? Because obviously, you know, where you at right now, you sit in a good position where everybody know who you are in the city. Right. A lot of people respect you as a DJ. I know I do. You know what I mean? What was that? I guess what I want to ask is, what puts you in the position that you in right now? Like, obviously you with the Coalition DJs, and then you have, you know, you working with Jugg Harden. who arguably one of the hottest, you know what I mean, rappers. I don't feel like he get enough
I've been
credit.
saying he was the hottest since before he dropped the song. I just want that on record. He know
For
that.
sure. For
he
sure.
know that. I was the one told him he was playing his music for me in my twin room. And I'm like, bro, it's out? He like, no. I'm like, bro, drop this music. What you doing? Like, it's hard, bro. Like, he like, for real? I'm like, yeah, bro. And he'd tell you I was one of the first people believing in that music. But I knew where he could take it. Because he was unique. Like, it's nobody sound like him in the city.
Most definitely.
And if they do, it's because he started the wave. You know
Most
what I'm saying?
definitely.
So.
And this was what year did y'all connect?
I've been knowing Jugg since kid. So it was before the music when we connected. Like I'm saying, he was my twin best friend. Like, he would be over his crib and, you know what I'm saying, I'd be over there. We done went to hoop outside before. Like, they both went to Central, so it wasn't really a time frame on
Most
when,
definitely.
you feel me? Like, I just remember as far as I can remember back, bro been around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was a given when he really took his career serious.
Man.
It was a given that you was gonna be pretty much his DJ.
Yeah.
Jugg got a real distinct
And he
sound.
don't lie in his raps.
Right. For the record.
For the record.
So in terms of boom coalition DJs, how was you able to, you know, get in that situation where you with a bunch of other great DJs and y'all could just, you know, build off of each other, learn off of each other, and just, you know, do y'all thing around the city?
Well, I'm gonna say I joined in, I want to say 2021, maybe the beginning of that. But before then, the president of the Detroit chapter had been hitting me up like he wanted me to join and all that, but I really had to do my own research on what it was, cause I knew of them, but I didn't really know like to what extent they feel me was plugged in. And I ain't joined for the plug. I joined because, you feel me, I genuinely felt like they had a family vibe going on.
Right, most definitely.
But a couple years before 21, Mark G already, you feel me? I remember meeting him at I was DJing at one of the abandoned hotels now in Southfield. They had a big pool party, but they also had something else going on with it inside the building. But I was DJing the pool area, and he walked in. He was like, "Hey, you cold?" Cause the crowd was pretty much going crazy, and I wasn't talking. I didn't pick a mic up, and they was going dumb. Like, you feel me? I learned how to control the crowd without even having to talk. You feel me?
Mm.
I just now am getting into like using my voice while I DJ. But before then, like, you feel me, I could control the crowd just based off what I'm playing.
Which is very hard to do. A lot of people rely on their voice and, you know what I mean, getting people turned like that. So,
for sure.
No, that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I hadn't picked up a mic till, you feel me, like recently within the last year or two. I'm gonna say I wasn't really comfortable talking on the mic for real. Like, it was a case of me not knowing what to say for real.
No, I mean,
but
that's
I do my
totally
research and I did my homework. You know, you study. From then, he basically was like just on my head, like, you need to join. Like, we need.
And that's one of the realest too, though. I know even along our journey, you feel me, with the forum, DJ Mark G probably was like the number one guy, you feel me, that was like open arms type, you feel me. He a real one. Shout out to all of them though, for sure. But you know, specifically Mark G, I remember some things that he did, you know what I mean, that was real solid. So that's hard. So I did want to get to some questions in terms of the current state of Detroit.
Yeah.
You being a DJ, immersed into the music, knowing the ins and outs of it. What's your perspective of the city right now? Where do we stand, and where do you see us going within the next 2 years? Are we stagnant? Like, what's your opinion overall?
I don't think we stagnant. I think we was stagnant for a while because it was kind of hard for them. Because the stereotype with Detroit is that all the rappers sound alike. But if you from Detroit and you're really in this industry, you really know. No, they don't. You feel me? Everybody got their own. Some people might sound like some people, or the people coming up might be trying to model work after another artist that's already on, but everybody that's on don't sound alike to me.
That's true.
So I think that we pretty much ballooning into like something, blossoming into, you feel me, something bigger.
Most definitely.
Because like I just feel like Detroit is about to be the new Atlanta, or
sure.
if it's not already.
For sure.
Look at all our major artists; they've been having hits. Like I can play you hits from a lot of the people that signed to either major distributions or even just major deals from 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe the crowd that listens to them now, that's not from Detroit, wouldn't know. But they been having bangers. It was just all a matter of getting the music to the other people outside the city.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I feel like we on a up and up right now. Like I don't feel like we stagnant no more.
So in terms of breaking records, this is my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like Detroit DJs do the same job that other cities do. And it may be because the artists don't tap in. You know what I mean? It may be for various different reasons, but speaking to a DJ, what is your perspective of the artist-DJ relationship?
I feel like you not gonna go nowhere without the DJs. Like you can have all the streams you want, but if they can't play you in the club, they ain't playing you in the club, or you feel me, any other avenue. It don't even necessarily have to be a club. It could be picnics or festivals or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If the DJs don't got your music, you losing. It's like you can't go nowhere without the DJs playing your music. Like I feel like the DJs is pivotal because Coalition wouldn't be around as long as they have been had they not been doing what they say they do, which is break records. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally our job, is to break records. And as a DJ, you know what I'm saying? With me personally, I do a music review here and there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing consistent or whatever. It's not even nothing like what Coalition does on Sundays. It's just me on live. I might get bored, hit up my boy DJ Aries. That's my guy. Shout out to him. And I'm like, Aries, what you doing? What you on? Nothing, gang. I ain't on nothing. Trying to do a music review? Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's do it in an hour. I'm going to post it. Do that. And really what we do when we do a music review is, number one, we look to give feedback. Like, you might not necessarily be ready to take your music to the actual Coalition, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might need the middleman to tell you, hey, bro, don't take it to them because they
sure.
gonna hold you, gang.
For sure. And you just spent that pay for something that you ain't even really ready for.
Look, and you might not got it mixed and mastered right. This part might be higher than this part. Vocals messed up. Like the song ain't blended together.
So do you think that's a misconception? Like when some people be like, oh man, I went to the Coalition and I ain't get what I was expecting to get. Do you think that the artist got a lot of responsibility in terms of that?
Yeah, because it's your job to make sure that your music is right. Don't bring, when I do the review, I play the job as a middleman because I always promote you to bring it to New Music Sunday with them. But the thing with it is, a lot of artists that send me music, the music is not mixed and mastered. It's like raw vocals. So my job would be to tell you, you feel me, go ahead and get it mixed and mastered, you feel me? Yeah, my job, I consider when I do the review for free, I just be trying to middleman it because I don't want to tell you to take your music to Coalition and I know you're not ready and I know they gonna all sit in this room and laugh at you or you feel me or tell you no, that's cheeks, take it back to the drawing board, or that ain't for you. You need a new beat or you need a new flow or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I try to use that as a middleman to tell you what you need to do before you bring it to them. But bring it to them, but you might need to get this mixed and mastered, or your rhyme scheme is terrible. Go back and rewrite some lines, or you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the rhyme scheme? Is it A B A B or A A B B C C? Like,
so
you know
you
what
just
I'm saying?
everywhere.
Like, yeah, like I be trying to help. You feel me? Them better their music in a way. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily saying that I know everything, but I know
enough to give good feedback for sure.
I know what good music sound like. You know what I'm saying?
So my last pushback in terms of DJs. some people may feel if a DJ know that a record is good, don't wait till I bring it to the coalitions, or don't wait. Like if you banging it and you feel like it's hot, or or you see potential in somebody, spin the record. What
That's
do you
me.
feel about that?
That's me all the way.
100.
All the way. I spin artists that ain't brought their music to coalition all the time. But that's because I genuinely like the song, and it might genuinely go with what I'm doing. I might be doing a club that night that's 18 and up, and they make some good music that I can easily mix in with whatever I got going on, and it won't mess up my flow, and everybody won't be looking at me like, what is the DJ playing?
Right.
You feel me? So I feel like, yeah.
Most definitely. So, last thing to all upcoming artists, and also to anything that you got coming up that you want people to be, locked in on, focused on, or staying in tune on, let the people know.
Right now, man, I really been working on a couple projects with a couple people, but right now my focus is putting out this project with these Germany producers. I've been working a lot. Like they load my email up with loops every day. I'm working a lot with people out in Germany, Humbre and Negway, I think that's how you say his name, but and a couple other ones that I can't even remember everybody's name. But I really been working a lot with people in Germany. Like I'll get up at 5 in the morning just because it's 11 there, and I see brand new emails, and they just send me 10 loops, 20 loops, 25 loops, and different emails I can, you feel me, work with. But from there, I'm kind of like trying to put a project together, because on some real, I did some of my best beats on some collabs with people in Germany.
That's hard.
So